Two young divisions, two young quarterbacks down in the AFC South. Houston against Jacksonville. It feels like this could have sneaky shootout potential. I think both of these offenses are pass first, relatively fast offenses, really good passing games. Could this be the sneaky block game that could win people DFS?
I think there's definitely an element of that, and I think it's going to be interesting. I mean, you look at what's going on with CJ Stroud. The offensive line is miserable, but Laramie Tunsil practiced today for the second day of running. That's a massive win. If Laramie Tunsil's there, that's at least half the offensive line that he doesn't need to worry about. He only needs to be looking to his right rather than his left. And what we've seen from CJ Stroud, he's got the fourth most yards so far this offseason, and he's throwing it. He's dealing. He's only been QB 17 because the touchdowns haven't really been there. But he's got a great relationship with NICO Collins, who was the fourth most air yards in the league at 274th. And Robert Woods has seen constant volume as well. So I think if you're looking to attack this game in a DFS way, you can stack CJ Stroud, NICO Collins, Robert Woods with Calvin Ridley on the other side of things, or you can take the Jacksonville side, because what we saw last week was that Christian Kirk is probably going to be a better play in games where we project it to be close. Against the Chiefs, the Jags had to play 3 wide receiver sets more often, so Christian Kirk was out there more often. The Chiefs took away Calvin Ridley, and Christian Kirk was the guy that they went to. Zay Jones put up a 0. So, yeah, I think that there's plenty of shootout potential. I'm not overly interested in the running backs on either side of this one. I do think Travis Etienne is probably going to be more productive, but at 6,900 on DraftKings, that just feels a tad high for me. I think you can probably find other running backs in a similar price range with a bit more value. And on the Texans side of things, we're just in wait and see mode on Dameon Pierce. He's 35th in yards before contact because the offensive line's been so bad. Dead last in rushing EPA, 67th in yards per carry at 2.3. And it's not like he's getting involved in the passing game to a point which really helps him get by that. So, yeah, I'd also just a quick mention of Evan Ingram, who's the tight end 3 and is third in tight end targets with 13. So he's somebody that we thought might step back a little bit with Calvin Ridley being part of that offense, but he's just kept it going. So lots of ways to attack it, and I wouldn't really worry about anybody in that game.
Yeah, I think for me, I love both these passing offenses. I love Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley, and what CJ Stroud, NICO Collins, Tank Dell have done so far this season is phenomenal. I think NICO Collins is a future superstar, and if you can go and buy him in Dynasty, I've been imploring all of our members to go and do it because I think he's phenomenal. And I think when this offensive line does get healthy, you see on the screen Pat Fitzmaurice talking about Dameon Pierce carrying the ball. I think it's going to help him. I think it's going to help CJ Stroud. I think it's going to help this entire offense. So, yeah, very excited about that. We've got a few more conversations in the chat. This is from Sprawls. So he was the one saying about T. Higgins or Keenan Allen. He can trade T. Higgins and Geno Smith for Keenan Allen. For me, that's a smash. I think if it's presuming it's a 1QB league, Geno Smith is basically a guy that should probably be fringe waiver wire each week, probably the guy that might stream him. So yeah, I value Geno Smith as nothing, so I'm seeing that as Keenan Allen better than T. Higgins. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely very easy, that one for me.
Perfect. And then next question from Zabi, 2-0 half PPR, trade away Brian Robinson, Antonio Gibson and DJ Moore for Jamar Chase and Breece Hall.
I mean, that's a real no risk it, no biscuit kind of play. I think if you'd said that we'd be having that conversation 3 weeks ago, it would have been a lot of laughter. But yeah, I think I would do that simply because do I really believe that Antonio Gibson's going to help me too much this season? I don't. DJ Moore, I know he had a good week last week, but I'm not expecting every week to be like that for him. And I think Brian Robinson's production is sustainable. But if you're telling me I could get possibly Jamar Chase and Breece Hall, yeah, I'd do that. No risk it, no biscuit.
I think this is a smash for me. I think that's a league-winning move. Like, let's be honest, Jamar Chase was a top 3 pick in pretty much every league this year. Breece Hall was, when he was healthy last year, was a top 5 running back. Brian Robinson's been phenomenal, and I think his production has been amazing. But that's easily a smash for me. And then final question from Richard Bilkey, one of our YouTube members. He says, I have Chubb Barkley team in a lot of pain. Would you start Breeder Thursday night or wait to see if Gainwell plays Monday? I also have Tyjae Spears in case Gainwell is ruled out.
I'd be starting Breeder tonight. I don't think it's a particularly good matchup, but I think when you're talking about losing Chubb and Barkley, there's not a huge amount of great stuff on the waiver wire. I would also be completely ready to start Tyjae Spears if Gainwell is ruled out. But yeah, I feel like we're definitely going to get more news on the Gainwell situation. We should see an Eagles practice report today or tomorrow, definitely. So it should be all right. And, if you want to become a YouTube member like Rich, it's 99p, like $1.25 a month upwards. Loads of DFS content, Rich's Dynasty content, loads of exclusive stuff in there, which is going to help you crush your leagues.
And if you're here, if you're watching, we've got plenty of you in the chat, plenty of you watching live. We've got 3 likes. What are you doing? If you're watching live and you've not hit that thumbs up button, do it right now. Do us a solid. Help us out. Let's spread the word and get more people coming and watching the content.